Previously on
Queenie. I'll be having a light novel edition as well of this before the end of the year. Hello everybody, welcome to the Holidays Buyer's Guide 2024 Light Novel Edition. So the goal of these buyer's guides, as I previously uploaded a video before, just the manga edition of this series, is just to provide some recommendations or gift ideas, either for yourself, if you were just looking for a recommendation, or if you're planning to gift anybody this holiday season. I'm just going to be giving some recommendations just based off genre. So hopefully you find at least one of these for anybody you're gifting to this season. Just as a disclaimer, all the recommendations I'll be giving will just be for light novels that are in print. So there's plenty more digital light novel recommendations that I could give you. Let me know if you guys do want any of that as well. But the recommendations I'll be giving in this video will just be for light novels that are currently in print in English. So as for my previous video, I'll be starting off with romance. I have two kinds of recommendations for this category. One is a romance that's just more age appropriate, so it's aiming towards teens and higher. Adults can appreciate the series as well. My other recommendation will be more of an adult recommendation for romance. So for a teen recommendation, I'd actually suggest The Condemned Villainess Goes Back in Time and aims to become the ultimate villain. So this is a great romance series. This could also double if somebody also enjoys villainess series themselves. So this series follows Claudia, our main villainess, our main character. During her first life, situations happen. She actually wasn't a great person due to various reasons. And so her family actually exiled her and she actually had to start working at a brothel. Situations happened. She did end up losing her life, and due to magical circumstances, as it usually goes, she's now living her life again, and she's going to attempt to prevent certain situations from happening so the same outcome doesn't happen again in her second redo. This is a great romance recommendation. I wouldn't say fast-paced, but it is a little quicker than a lot of other villainess and romance series, I would say, and romance lovers would really love this series, and especially Claudia. I love Claudia. I'm a little bit biased on this recommendation, but she's amazing. And then for my more adult, more 18 plus recommendation for this romance category, I would recommend Loyal Soldier, Lustful Beast. So this is just a one singular volume, so if you are looking to just try out a more adult light novel, I would recommend Loyal Soldier, Lustful Beast. We follow our main character. Her family is looking to marry her off, however all her marriage prospects aren't really working out. One day her brother brings home a fellow soldier who has to temporarily live at her house due to certain situations, of course, and then the story goes from there. So it's actually a really great adult steamy read. It has a really great mixture of plot and then steamy scenes as well. So if you would like a recommendation for yourself or you just want to give somebody a steamier book, but also one with some plot as well, it's a really great read. For the action adventure series, I'd actually recommend Anna the Princess Knight. So this series follows Matthew, our main character. He's just the weakest of the weak. He does work as the Anna the Princess Knight. So Matthew is known all around town for being super weak, for sleeping around, for being a lazy, no good, nobody really. So everyone is really surprised how he's able to get the position of working alongside the great Arwen. But little do they know, Matthew, our Knight, will do literally anything to keep the Princess Knight safe and very deserving of his title. So like I mentioned before, very action heavy series, even has some great emotional beats and amazing plot twists that you wouldn't expect just based off the summary alone. So highly recommend. So for a fantasy recommendation, I do recommend Secrets of the Silent Witch. So this series follows Monica, our really sweet main character. She is super shy, super anxious. So in this world, it is a setting with magic, of course, given the fantasy genre. And in order for people to produce magic, you do have to chant. So for most people, in order to do a magic spell, you would have to chant a certain incantation. However, our main character, Monica, is so shy, so socially anxious, so socially inept, if you will, that she's so shy, she was actually able to perform magic without incantation. So she's actually the first person to actually be able to do this, and she's super strong. And the story just follows Monica as she's given a task to actually go and secretly protect the prince of this nation at his school. So this is a great fantasy series, great world building, and just hits all the great fantasy check marks, I guess. So highly recommend for any fantasy fan. As for mystery, we do have this series called Your Forma. Hopefully I can explain this well. So the series follows an alternative future where the system called the Your Forma was made. In basic terms, it's just a computer-like system that's just been embedded in people's brains. And this system is able to record every sight, sound, and emotion somebody would feel. So it follows our main character, Echika, and she is an electronic investigator. So she does solve crimes by being given access to be able to enter people's Your Forma to see what they've seen and just to solve crimes. So this process is actually a two-person thing. You have one person dive into someone's brain while the other person stays as their lifeline, essentially, to pull them back out before they go into deep. So Echika is just so good at her job that she literally always fries everybody's brains. So until she's finally paired up with an amicus, so this robot, and her and this amicus work together. This robot who's able to process data as quickly as her, so there will be no more brain frying. And these two just work together. Sometimes they bicker, sometimes they don't get along, but they do work together to solve cases. This story really explores what an alternative future would be if we just had a more technologically advanced society and we really did have computers in our brains. And it really heavily focuses on what it means to be human, especially given one of our two main characters is a robot. Just really explores what it means to be human. Does he have human emotions? What does that even mean for a robot? Would that be possible? Is it the same? So many dilemma questions. It's just a really good mystery series. Also a great sci-fi series, actually. If someone also likes sci-fi, highly recommend. And lastly, like my previous video, this isn't really a genre, more like category on its own. So for one-shots, when it's done, I would recommend 3 Days of Happiness. This is a great one-shot. It really explores what it means to be depressed, really delves into the mind of a depressed person, and it just follows the main character who's just not your very typical nice person as well. It's a really good book if you want just a different type of main character that isn't just 100% a good person by any means. And it really makes you think about the value of life and just life in general. So very sad read, but very emotionally hitting as well. Alright, and those are all my light novel recommendations for the Holiday Buyer's Guide for 2024. Hopefully at least one of these interests you yourself or will help you find a gift for somebody this holiday season. If you also have any recommendations yourself about a genre I didn't cover or just something else that would fit into this category, please let me know. I also like to buy myself gifts. Surprise, surprise. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for more content.